Hello everybody, Steven here with Cannin.com, back again for another technical analysis session. This week we're going to look at Hemp Inc. Let's jump over to the pricing chart now. You'll see HEMP on the OTC here. Hemp Inc. is obviously in the industrial hemp game, and their brand King of Hemp is for sale. They have presence in Oregon and Las Vegas, North Carolina, Arizona, some states like that. You can see we're rolled way back to the beginning of the year, the end of last year. The stock is pretty low. The definition of a penny stock here, 0.0066. And you can see there's a little bit of movement up and down, but not much. It stays pretty horizontal until February 3rd, the first week in February, and then watch what happens. Plus 33%, plus 35%, plus 74%, plus 12%. So it just goes on a tear all the way up, actually getting really close to 3 cents. Since then, since the 10th of February, it has given a little bit of that back. It's at about 0.016 right now. Why? You can see the Bollinger Bands, the neck is really tight. Not really a lot of indication of what's happening or what's about to come, and then the neck opens up with this huge volatility, obviously. We do have a couple of days above the upper mean. We know that that's going to come back, or the Bollinger Band is going to really open up even more. The first case happened, right? It came back. But look at all of these, still far above the mean. Every single, almost 10 days in a row, we've been above the mean here of the Bollinger Bands. The moving average convergence divergence, this one is our friend, very easy to read. We can see a little cross here in January, the alternative cross at the end of January, then pretty hard to see what's happening. About February 4th, we see a strong move above the signal line. That was kind of the first entrance, 33% up that day, and it really carried through all the way until the 10th of February. It peaked. And we just got across the other way on the 19th of February, so now it's a sign of weakness on the MACD. You can see it easier here, right? Green above 0, and now we've crossed into negative territory, and we're in red territory. So definite weakness here. Bollinger Bands is predicting, mathematically at least, that it may cross below the mean. The stochastic RSI, let's see what this is showing us. Back in December, we were definitely in oversold territory. Very interestingly, we had some signs of strength in early January, about 0.003 when we climbed to 0.007, and a doubling of the stock, right? And during that time, we did reach overbought territory for a significant portion, almost 2 weeks where we're in overbought territory, which is rare to see that long. We then cross back down, and then we get our first hint at a buy signal January 29th. The blue line is crossing above the orange line, the K and the D, and then we get over back into the zone that's highlighted here in purple from 20 to 80, and then back into overbought territory, which happens on February 5th, which is day 2 really of this pricing movement. A day later than the MACD kind of showed that cross and that opening up. The cross actually happens on the 3rd. The real slope change and opening up happens on the 5th. We get our cross here on the stochastic RSI on the 5th, and then our negative cross back on the 10th. The K and D line have their convergence and cross on the 9th. And so you can see we're now in oversold territory. So kind of conflicting signals that we're getting here. The MACD is definitely weak. The Bollinger Bands are hinting at a little bit of price drop here. But we're in oversold territory on the stochastic RSI. So will this kind of mirror what we saw in January, where we have a 2-week period where we're in oversold territory, while these two indicators catch up? It should be an interesting game here. We're getting conflicting indicators, so we may look at a couple others. We may look at multiple time frames. So let us know what your predictions are. Let us know what indicators you're using. And pay attention to this weekend's fundamental analysis of Hemp Inc. Should shed some light on what may happen next week in trading. Happy trading. Thank you, everybody. Leave us a post in the comments.